All right, y'all. What's happening? What's happening, as they say in the hood? What's happening? Um, Today, we got a special situation. Well, not special, actually pretty common. Um, you know, some women are not being proposed to. Some are, and they're not going for the proposal. And we're gonna talk about why and what's going on, right? So in today's episode, we got shout out to 8 at the table. Shout out to 8 at the table. This is a clip from them. Go and subscribe to 8 at the table. In this particular clip, um, Kayla Kayla.com is going to explain her opinion of why um, women are still single in today's dating market. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. Roll 'em.
People are letting people court them into trial marriages, being with people 5, 6, 7 years. We're not doing that. Like, you're going to court me for marriage. You're not going to court me to date me and put me on a shelf for years.
But that's what
until
women
you
want.
figure out what you want to do. And this is why a lot of women are still unmarried. And like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? No, like, we've dating. You're going to get to know me. Then you're going to start courting me, and you show me that you want me to be a part of your life. You want to marry
That's
me.
not how
Then
this
you need
works.
to marry
Yeah.
me. But courting has a time frame. It's not 5 years. I don't care what he's telling you, sis. It's
I agree with her, man. 5 years kind of long time. Try to figure out what you want to do with a woman. But I think it's more has more to do with a lot of these women, a lot of men, excuse me, especially as they hit the mid-20s and the mid-30s, opportunities start opening up for them. And so it's not like it was in high school. You can pretty much only date the people that go to your school or in your neighborhood. But as you hit your mid-20s and mid-30s, the world kind of opens up to you as far as dating and your dating options. And so a lot of men are bombarded with so many options that they don't know if this is the right person, right? Well, I mean, All right. So let's see what else Miss Kayla has to say.
not 5 years. He knows in 5 years if he wants to or not. And he more than likely doesn't. That's just what I think.
Boyfriend and
All
girlfriend.
right, guys, that
You're
sounds.
gonna be a forever girlfriend,
I think
unless you
it
guilt
sounds
trip
good,
them
but
into it.
but y'all speaking from you're speaking from a certain woman's standpoint. As a man, the reason why the rules have changed because women have changed, right? So the men are now going by the women's rules. So in order for a woman to even allow a man to quote unquote court them, he needs to be showing and demonstrating the acts of courting them before he's even allowed to court them for marriage in this day and age, right? I gotta show you that I can take you to Roof Chris every Friday if you want. I gotta show you that I have whatever, penthouse or good luxury living that I may have. I gotta show you that I have a certain stability within my home, and I gotta demonstrate that with you. I gotta go ahead and open the door and buy you these roses, right? Which realistically, all of those gestures and those acts that I had to do in the initial dating aspect then follows by, is expected to continue throughout the actual relationship. So that's why the game has flipped. Because before it was like, if I could date you and be like, yo, I take you on one date and I don't call you back and it wasn't a game changer, then that would be cool.
Right.
But now if I take you on date and I don't call you back and I don't take you on another date, it's over. I don't even get a second chance. So we don't even get
Do you want a second chance?
Because if you did, then why didn't you call me?
Okay. So young brother made a good point. He said, hey, the rules have changed, right? Before you could be with a woman, you could date a woman, and then just based on your projections, she would probably make a decision whether she would be with you based on what you want to do, what your intentions are, right? But intentions ain't good enough in today's world. You need to demonstrate some things, right, before you actually move into for the kill, right? So you got to demonstrate that you can take care of a woman. You got to demonstrate that you can give her the lifestyle that she's looking for, like immediately, right? Most women, at least, immediately, right? You got to be able to say, hey, look, I can provide all of this stuff for you. I'm not in the building process. I'm in the sharing process, right? Most women want to come in at the point where you're ready to share, not where you suffering and struggling and trying to build. That's not the point they want to come in at, right? So it's a new game today. It's a new game for these young brothers. And then on top of that, what I said before is that they have when most of these young brothers get hit their 20s and their 30s, the world opens up to them. Now they have more options than just the girls that in school with them and the girls that they work with and the girls that live in their neighborhood. The whole world starts opening up to them with these dating apps and with the social media. Pretty much the world opens up to them, right? So a lot of these guys got their dating pool exponentially, increases. But when they hit their mid-20s, especially when they mid-20s, they get a decent job, or they in their 30s they start really trying to push their life in a more productive position as far as monetarily and things like that. Their world opens up. The dating options just explode. So they can try to be with somebody, but they don't. And then on top of that, they don't know how to court. These young guys don't know how to court. They don't know what courting is. How do you think these young men are going to court people when there's nobody that's teaching them how to court people? They don't know what courting is, right? A woman like Kayla is saying, hey, this is what, if you're going to court me, and these young men don't know how to court. They know how to bajoink, and that's it, pretty much, and put you on the shelf. Because right when they get into, women start getting serious about dating, or at least getting, because they let me say it in a good way. They tired of having unsuccessful, serious attempts at serious relationships, right? Where the guys and they will exchange, they will have intimate relations with men, thinking or hoping that a man is going to at some point be overwhelmed by these instances of sexual gratification, so that then they would at some point say, you know what, I can't walk away from the gratification I'm getting from this female to go try to get gratified by another female. Therefore, why don't I just lock this one down? That's usually the way most women, especially in the black community, in my opinion, that's the tactic they use, strategy they use, instead of using a holistic strategy, which is not only sexual, but actually having the sexual be the smallest part of the game. You want to have other things like virtues, not so much money. Money's not really going to matter to most men. A woman's bank account and money is really not going to matter to most men, right? Especially in the type of men that you're actually looking for to be with. It's going to be an issue. So it's not going to be an issue. What's going to be an issue for the man is he attracted to you? Can he have fun with you? And can he resolve conflict with you? Those are pretty much going to be the three major things that he's going to be looking for. And if you can handle those three things, then maybe you got a shot at this with being with this man. But if not, if there's an issue with any one of those things, then whoever can hit all three or come closest to all three that's probably gonna be the person that he's gonna put the most of his time into. But let's see what Kayla has to say.
Bad.
Yo, do women think the world revolves around them? Like, men be really busy, okay? I didn't call you back because I'm working.
Yeah, but
I
you didn't say,
That's
you didn't say
fine.
I didn't call you back the next day. You said I didn't call you back.
Never.
No,
Period.
I did say the next day. You just heard
Okay.
what you wanted to hear.
No.
This is
Roll the tape.
we can roll it.
Okay, so
we
after
can roll
after
it.
how many dates? After how many dates does this courtship? If
To
you
me,
may?
after 4 dates.
After 4, I
Yeah.
think 4 is an appropriate number as well.
Because like you know you vibing with the person or not. Like date one is not courting.
Courtship is when, like, all
I
that
tell
those
y'all something.
pleasantries.
I ain't courting nothing I ain't hit. Promise you that.
Absolutely not. Do
Date
not do
1
it.
through 4, we better have hit. Once I hit, then I court.
Don't do
I'm
it.
not
So
court.
then you courting starting date 5.
No, I court start date 2. First of all, you.
Do you know her in date 2?
I better. If not, she go.
Because you just said you're very busy to even call her back. So I'm
Yeah.
assuming y'all not having late night
I said the next
discussions
day.
about her childhood.
Kayla-
So do you know her?
Kayla, you have ears?
I'm feeling like you don't know her.
Kayla, I said the next day very clearly.
The next day.
Yeah, call her back the next day.
Called her back the next day.
Yeah, but
Okay.
but if I call her back the day after that, you know what I'm saying? First of all, it should take a man about 7 days to.
Text me the next morning.
7 days.
No, first of all, you didn't even listen to me. You just ran.
It should take the man 7 days to.
Get on the first date. Right? So I should know you a little bit. First of all, any man who's paying money and going on an extravagant date and he don't know the girl is a fool, and you really shouldn't trust him because he's just obviously not that smart. Like, you're not as special as you think you are, in a very humble way. Right? He's just very frivolous and
So
probably
basically,
impulsive.
You guys are chatting, like you guys are talking.
Yeah, we're talking for
Okay.
7 days.
Phone.
I
Okay.
know you
Yeah.
enough to be like, yo, you know what? I want to
Okay,
invest
great.
my time and energy into this person.
All right, that makes sense. Young brother made a little sense there. So, but as you can see, man, you know, attitude makes a difference, man. Attitude really makes a difference, man. And if you're going out on dates with men, in my opinion, this is my opinion, but what do I know? In my opinion, if you're going out with men, you're going to have to be, Kevin Samuels used to say, fit, friendly, and cooperative. But you know, I say those are good things to have going on. But you know, got to be attracted to you. Got to be able to get along with you. Got to be able to resolve conflict with you. You know, he's got to be able to have fun with you, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If somebody can't have fun with you, we know bad times are gonna come, but I got to be able to have fun with you. And you know, if I got to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to have fun with you, yikes. But okay, let's see where the youngsters are going.
So I'm not going on no date that
That you don't click.
It doesn't have to be expensive though.
Well, I was just saying
But
that
it
because
actually just
Go to a
makes it
little
a little bit
rooftop.
more comfortable anyway, that if you're talking.
Yeah, if you.
Yeah.
Before.
No, you definitely. I don't think you should, as a woman, even waste your time or lashes going out with someone that you don't really know.
I don't even
like
do
that.
all that.
Like, you should really like him a lot before you let him.
I have
take
to
you
like,
out.
yeah, I have to like him a lot to even do the lashes. If I just don't know you and I'm just gonna see what you about, there's none of that going on.
No.
that's a FaceTime call.
You can meet me.
That's see now here's the thing. You know, these are two women, probably both of them are single, saying, I'm not gonna put my best foot forward when I first meet somebody. I don't know where else that works except for in the mind of some of our sisterhood, some of the sisterhood, man. I don't know, where does that make sense? I guess the sisterhood doesn't really. I guess they feel like if they go on a date with a man, they no longer are in competition with the rest of the world, right? The rest of the females of the world. By the way, you're not in competition with the rest of just the females of the world. You're in competition with people that like Dwayne Wade's son, who feels like he's a woman, and transgender female or male, whichever one you call it, but transgender men who are consider themselves a female and want to be considered a female, even though they were born male, right? You got to deal with that. Plus the bisexual people. Plus you got so many different people that you in competition for men with. I don't understand why they think like, oh well, I'm not in a. Once you did, when you go out with me, I don't have to. I'm not gonna do none of that stuff until the second date. But you probably ain't gonna get a second date if you put your worst foot forward. That's a stupid. I'm not saying you got to go all out, right? Here, this woman wants you to spend $300 on a steak dinner on the first date. But they're gonna tell you, I'm not gonna put my best foot forward. I want you to put your best financial foot forward, but I don't. These are the type of women that I think if they say, okay, well, I'm not gonna do all that, then let's go to Starbucks and have some coffee. For those of us that drink coffee, they'd be like, you cheap. No way. But that's probably why they're still single. You know, just the delusional mindset, man, of, why a lot of these, especially young sisters, man, I feel so bad for them, man, because they get such horrible advice they give each other such horrible advice. Horrible advice, man. And the people that they want to be married, right? They say they want to be married, but they don't listen to nobody that's married. they don't listen to the women that's married. But the women that's married, they ain't out here saying nothing. They just at home being happy. Doing their thing, man. Being, in a loving situation. These chicks out here, man, telling everybody what they ain't gonna do, right? I don't do windows, I don't do dishes, I don't do this. Okay. If you don't do all that, then why should I do anything else? We should just get together and have sex. Right? Wait a minute. That don't mean you don't get to, you got to pay for my time. Well, they got a word for a person that you got to pay for their time. Right? You got to pay for their sexual interest, man. Right? Their sexual output, you got to pay for it. They got a word for that person. Anyway, man, digging a hole, Brother Clarence. Come on, let's go.
For a gym date, or you can meet me for
Take me.
yeah, I
like
work
gym
out
dates?
often. Yeah, and then after that we can go and get avocado toast and
That's why I was a
Nico
personal.
likes you now because you said you work out.
No. That wasn't. I was just thinking because as a personal trainer, those are my, number one. You like the gym? Yeah, let's work out.
Nah, a workout day is usually I give somebody I don't know if I really like that, because I'm not trying to give you too much time and I'm not trying to do too much for you. But let's get you around, see what you're talking about.
Let me ask you a question. Out of all the men that you've dated and or saw, right? Serious and non-serious relationship, right? If you gave an average number by the demand that they are in, from 1 to 10. 10 being that they are in the most demand, what would you rate them?
The most demand in terms of the market, the dating pool?
Yes.
I would give them a median number of all of them together.
Not a median, because we all have had 1s and 10s. I mean an average.
Okay.
If you had 10 people that were,
Okay,
a
I would
10.
probably give them.
And be honest, not biased.
I'm gonna be honest.
Be like, yo, he's really a lame, but he's nice to me.
No, no. I'm gonna give him probably like an 8.
You got the 8s?
Yeah, and
She's lying.
that's also the problem.
Yeah, she is lying, man. She lying. Shout out to Caleb, but man, she lying. If you had 8s and ups going at you like that, man, how come you ain't married, man? You know what I'm saying? If you turning down dudes that's 8 and up, come on, dog. Then you really got some issues, man. You really got some problems. But let's see the reason why she says she got all these good men coming at her, but she just can't, get somebody to sign on the dotted line.
Wait, what's the age?
They have.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't even get the question.
Option syndrome.
Well, let's just be honest. She took that as a question upon her ability to attract men. Now this dude's like, this is cap, right? But she took that as, well, I'm not gonna tell the truth. Because I'm going to tell you what I want you. I want to be considered a woman that can get men of a certain caliber, right? To attract it to me and to try to be going out with me and try to move forward in relationships with me. These are the kind of men. No way. No way you got 8's, 9's, and 10's coming at you and you're like, oh, nah. Right? If they averaging out to 8's, then, you know, you got some 10's in there, right? You throwing back 10's? Come on, dog. Come on, Kayla. Come on now. All right, let's move forward. This is the cap face right here, man. This is the cap face. Holy smokes. All right, let's go.
Is at an all-time high for our 8's.
It's not a syndrome.
Yes, it is. Very attractive men that are very charismatic. They know how to talk to women, or they got money, they got bread, they got some type of leadership qualities. All the women want them, and so their option syndrome is literally up here. And so, you know, that the dating process with them is a little bit more difficult to really stand. Are they intentional, or is this what they do? You know, so
in other words, you got much more competition at that level, much more stiffer competition at that level, right? At that level, man, you know, you got to be on your P's and Q's, man. You know, you can't be a diva at that level, man. Those kind of guys do not date divas, right? Well, let me say it this way. Those kind of guys don't marry divas. Who wants to be married to a diva, right? Nobody wants to be married to a diva or a queen or a princess, right? You don't want to be, you know what I'm saying, unless she's your princess and your queen and she handles herself and such. But most of the sisterhood, man, when they hear the word queen, they feel like, man, they think like Cleopatra queen. No. That's fantasy level queen. That's out of her mind queen. We talking about a queen that does a lot, you know, for the family, right? All right, so let's see. Kayla's going to explain how all these good guys, handsome dudes that's you know, yoked out with bread, you know, good bodies, good everything's happening. She's going to explain to us why she got to turn. Unfortunately, she got to turn these dudes away.
That was kind of my issue, right? Or because these men are professionals, okay? So they know what to say, how to say it. You know what I mean? And so I even pick up on little things like that.
How do you do it?
Well, I would say since we want to call things.
That was being funny, but niggas started talking.
Since you want to talk about syndromes, right? I think, hey, bring the camera over here. Expectation syndrome is at an all-time high.
Wow.
Because the fact that you got all these expectations. Stop. Don't ruin my moment. That's that expectation syndrome right there. Exhibit A. No, but expectation syndrome is at an all-time high. Because if the same thing, for you to expect somebody or whatever to have all of the options and expect them to only choose you is kind of crazy to me. It's like having a rich...
Hey, young brother, man. That was a home run, man. He hit it right out of the park. That is right out of the park. See, she's saying like, hey, even though you got bread, even though you got it, you still ain't good enough. There's still going to be something better coming along. Meanwhile, the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. The clock is ticking on all of us. Man, you can't say it's a wall for women. It's a wall for men and women. Men hit the wall just like women hit the wall. Men hit the wall a lot later, but men hit the wall too, right? But men at least can offset the wall because of women's hypergamous nature. Men are able to offset the wall. We can offset the wall by having resources. A woman with resources, that's not going to offset the wall for the women. It doesn't. Unfortunately. The best thing for a woman is to be a sweet person. You gracefully, you don't hit the wall. You once you come up to it, you're just able to just stop and go around. You know what I mean? But most of these women hit it going 60, 70, 80 miles an hour. Bam! Right? And that's it. They walk you right over to the pasture. Hey, here's the pasture. Let's walk you over to the pasture. But I want to go over there where everybody's mingling. No. That's not for you. Right? All right, but young brother had a point, man. The expectations are really high, based on what the reward is going to be for the man. The expectations is really high. What's the reward for the man? Me. You get me. And all the quirks in my personality. See? You get me. And I'm not going to do anything for you until I'm ready. But that's what you get, right? All right.
Man saying you can only buy one car.
For real?
It sounds crazy, right? I know. I'm shocked too.
That's horrible.
That is blasphemous.
No, what it is, it's reality.
Oh my goodness.
Like we've been bought into this fairy tale
Ladies,
thing.
this is
I
the
don't think
pool
that's-
is in a detriment. Do y'all see what's happening?
No, the world is actually.
That
see, the
feels
thing is,
entitled on your part.
It does. Like, because
Entitled?
I am that guy, I'm
I have
entitled
all
to
of
all
these
you
qualities,
women.
so
and
I
you
should
be
be
lucky.
able to
I didn't say
get
all. I said a
whoever
couple.
I want.
Wait a minute. What is so crazy about what he's saying? I have everything that almost all of you women want. Then I have to choose one. So of course I'm going to choose the best one. But I gotta experience and explore to go through enough ones that I think is the best one. Right? See, what I keep saying, man, and people don't listen, monogamy, man, I'm telling you, it's the monogamy that drives this. The monogamy drives the low marriage rate. The monogamy drives people to cheat. Monogamy drives everything. Monogamy drives all of this stuff. Because men are so confused by the fact that they have to choose one person, right? And of course, all of these females think, I'm it. What are you talking about? What you need to choose anybody else for? I'm everything you need all wrapped up into one. Right? Every female thinks that way, right? This is the golden vagina. Where else would you need to go? Nobody has hands like these, right? Nobody has a mouth like this. Nobody has a vagina like that. What are you doing? Right? Every woman feels that way though, right? They don't understand, man. You know what I'm saying? If you date women, see, but they don't date women. Most of them. They don't date women. Because if you date women, you understand every woman feels this way. Every woman feels this way. What? You mean there's other women out there besides me? You should, once you see me, you should be done. Right? But it's obvious that that's the way men feel because you ain't married. Right? If you such a great catch, how come ain't nobody threw a hook in your mouth? Right? How come you ain't reeled somebody in? If all these guys are such good guys, the average guy that been with me is an 8. That means you had some 10's in there, right? You threw back some 10's? Ay. But see, it's bad advice, man. A lot of women in their 30s give out bad advice. Single women in their 30s give out really bad advice. And then, I mean, self-induced single women, I want to say, because some women have been dogged out. So I want to say every woman in their 30s, but self-induced single women that, that created their own situation with their attitude, et cetera, are out here now giving advice to younger women on how to be single, miserable, and strike out, right? What is wrong with this dude wanting to find that one and going through as many women as he got to find the one? See, there's no problem with women going through 1,000 guys, right? I got 100,000 miles on the vagina, but you're my man. Right? I'm broke down and beat down, but you're my man. Right? I got 100,000 miles on the vagina and somebody else's children, but you're my guy. Right? In most cases, they ain't gonna work. Now, in some cases, there's some women that's in that situation that understand the situation and they say, okay, hey, to compete at this level, I'm gonna have to step my game up at certain points, right? I'm gonna have to give a guy a reason why he's gonna have to step into stepfatherhood. I'm gonna have to give a reason why I'm gonna have to give a guy use vagina. I'm gonna have to give guy a reason for that because he don't have to deal with that, right? All right, let's move on.
Couple.
But the thing is, it's entitlement on your
few.
part. Look, ready? I could flip it. It's entitlement on you. Somebody who has all the world at their feet, but yet they can only choose one. And the one that they choose
We live in a
It's usually
monogamous
hard-headed.
world.
But you know that if you're not monogamous, then that's fine. Living your truth in the streets. Say, I'm a polyamorous type of man. Dealing with me means that I'm Diddy, okay? You have to understand that this is what you signed up for. But don't be out here like, I'm a good guy. I'm a family man. And, you know, I'm faithful and loyal. And I have integrity. And then be like, well, you... Excuse me, why would you, like, come on, like, pick your poison. Like, if you want to be polyamorous, there are women that will jump on that bandwagon.
Kayla, those are
But
sixes.
if you...
Those are sixes, those are not eights.
Okay, so what happens?
let me-
What happens to
Eights-
those guys?
Eights, no. Okay, listen. Let me tell you, don't get it confused, because 8's to 10's, to me, that's just like the same thing. Just a couple little tweaks that each one of them got that boosted them up a point. The sixes are the ones that will lie and be like, I'm a family man, because you know why? The sixes got to sell a dream. And 8, 9, 10, we don't even care to sell you a dream.
So what happens
You
to
heard me?
sevens
We.
and belows?
We, us.
Rico.
Oh man, all right. What do we? What's the takeaway from this, man? What's the takeaway? The takeaway is, you guys out here, man. You know, think for yourself. You know, especially you young women, especially young, the women in the sisterhood, man. Think for yourself. If you listen to these women, man, these women gonna lead you off the cliff. Some of them, right? I agree with some of what Kayla is saying, but most of what she's saying, her whole vibe is really kind of like how a woman would move in her early 20s, maybe her late teens, early 20s. She's kind of, in my opinion, no disrespect, she's kind of a little up there to be still have that kind of thinking process. Because reality should have hit by now, right? I would say Kayla is probably in her mid-30s. And reality should have taken hold by now. But I'm going to hold on to the dream, right? There's somebody out there that's going to want a woman that's not going to put her best foot forward when she first meets me. That's going to pretty much have a feminist ideology and going to make it a lot harder for me, make it a lot less fun for me in a relationship. And my whole goal is going to have to be to make her happy, not us make each other happy. I don't know too many guys I don't know too many 8, 9s, and 10s going to sign up for that one. I don't even know how too many 3, 4, and 5s and 6s is going to set up for that one. 7s is going to sign up for that one. Maybe the 1s and 2s might sign up for that because they don't know any better. But the whole point is, you know, think about what you're doing. If you want some relationship advice, you know, maybe somebody like myself can give it to you. You know, I've been married all these years, so kind of know what it's like to be in long-term relationships and how to help you improve a long-term relationship and get into a long-term relationship and stay in a long-term relationship, right? A lot of women don't even know what men are looking for that are looking for long-term relationships. Most men are not looking for long-term relationships until they get to the point where they say, I've done enough. I've explored enough out here, right? They not looking for long term. They just looking for some companionship. They just want a companion here and there, right? Because they figure women are too volatile to deal with, right? But you want to be the kind of woman you want to present yourself as a person that's going to be supportive, going to work hard in a relationship to make everything work. You know what I mean? Not just a person that's going to just panic every time something happens, right? Anyway, I can go on and on and on and on and on. I just want to see that, show that, these women a lot of times be capping because they'll say, I'm getting all these offers by these 8, 9s, and 10s. Okay? If you're getting all these offers by 8, 9s, and 10s, why are you single? Oh, I'm single because I want to be. But see, they don't even see the logic, the off-brand logic that they're using. If all these good dudes are coming at you, then why you ain't stepping to them? Why you ain't marrying none of them? So either the fact that them kind of dudes are stepping to you is false, or if they are stepping to you, they ain't stepping to you with marriage on their mind. They stepping to you, or maybe they might be stepping to you with marriage on their mind, and then once you start talking, they start watching how you talking and moving. Then they say, okay, this marriage is out of the question for this chick, but I can still roll her under hay. And that's what usually happens to a lot of these women. They just talk themselves into just being a jump off. When if they would just change their mindset, they could put them in the mentality of the man that they going out with. They could put wife set up in his head that you are wife material. How do you do that? Come and talk to me. Come holler at me, man. I can tell you. Oh no, Clint, I know already. Oh, okay, that's why you still single. That's why you still single. That's why you can't find nobody, because you holding on to ideologies that's keeping you single. But hey, man, like I said, the clock is ticking. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get a kind of dude that you really interested in, the clock is ticking, man. Man, don't tell me about the wall. I don't even think it's the wall. It's just that once you get to a certain, it's like musical chairs, man. Once you get to a certain age, once we get up in age, the kind of dude that you're looking for, we all getting older, and they get pulled off the market because women out there realize I got to put a full court press on. See, some women are smart enough to realize, man, you got competition out here. See, well, women in your 30s and women like this here, like Kayla and this other chick here, man, they feel like, hey, man, I can play games. You can. I mean, dudes will still go out with you, but they're not considering you for no wife. A guy will go out with you, or you got to go out with me, and we going out, and you got to consider me a wife, and you got to court me. You can't force somebody to court you. Either they had a desire to court you, or they don't. And I'm sure some dudes have tried to court Kayla and the other chick, but once they start opening and talking, see, once you show that feminist T-shirt, you pull your shirt off, you pull your jacket open, and you show that feminist T-shirt, they go, oh, okay, I'll take you, I'll bejoink you, but I'm not going to marry you. That's a death sentence, marrying you. That's an experiment in high frustration. I'm not going to do that. Why should I do that to myself? Anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all tell me what y'all think about these young sisters. Why are they, if all these sisters are getting all these good men, why are they still single? Help me, somebody. All right, y'all. Peace.